Breaking first tonight at 5, a judge orders the Duxbury mother remain hospitalized tonight, 2 weeks after prosecutors say she strangled her 3 young children. Thanks for joining us. I'm Vanessa Welch.
And I'm Mark Ockerly. Broke into programming to bring you Lindsay Clancy's arraignment live. The prosecution and defense painting very different pictures of the 32-year-old mother. Today was the first time we've seen Lindsay Clancy, and you can see her laying in a hospital bed with a neck brace and a mask on. She appeared in court just like this through Zoom.
The details are hard to hear. Prosecutors say the children's father found them with exercise bands around their neck.
It's the Date Master. Yes, we're back again with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. So we're going to get into this story, and I'm going to break down some of the media tactics and strategies in which is definitely shown to be unbiased. I'm sorry, not unbiased, but biased when it comes to certain demographics, certain genders in this country, or should I say company. Lindsay Clancy, I think is her name. If you look at the story, you notice how these don't really get a lot of that headline type of stuff, like Tyre Nichols, black male beaten by black police officers. Let's make that a movie premiere. You see that? Let's make that a movie premiere on every outlet. Let's have everyone talking about that. But here you have a Lindsay Clancy who deleted her 3 children via strangulation with exercise bands. And from the pictures and the research, I think she's married. So that shows you she has exercise bands at home, etc. More likely and I'm just speculating, she may have been a stay-at-home woman. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of stress does she have, or what kind of pressure does she have? We'll get into that toward the end of the video. But Lindsay Clancy of Duxbury, wherever that is, I'm not even sure the state. But I'll post a link of the whole story in the description so you can read it for yourself. So again, she deleted her 3 children and tried to strangle herself or delete herself, but she's managed to survive. But why is this not national headlines? This happened back in January the 24th, I believe. Why am I just now seeing this? Just so happen to get on one of these outlets and see this story, but I don't see this in major headlines. You don't see these stories come up because they're trying to do damage control to show who's the most impacted by this mental illness narrative that they're trying to push on men, when it's really the women. The thing is, you just don't see the stories, or the stories are not reported under certain labels and categories to fill up those research slots when it comes to, certain research that is done, certain statistics about who's on the psychiatric medication, on antidepressant medication. This woman tried to delete her 3 children, and you're going to see another post in this video in a couple of minutes that shows, even though she tried to delete herself, and she actually deleted her, I believe, 5 and an 8-month-old baby, pretty much an infant almost. She's getting pouring support. They got some kind of sealed court documents where she's getting this support due to postpartum and psychosis. So if she makes a full recovery, she'll more likely get some type of clemency, or I don't even know if that's the right category, but she'll get a lot of leniency for pretty much murdering her children. You see how that works? Now you look at a black man who or any man at all. Look at men who have these same scenarios. Do they get unwilling support? Do they get documents coming in talking about how much we support them because we should have a label or some type of mental diagnosis for him as well, because he had they're his children just like they're hers, right? He's going through certain struggles and adapting to fatherhood just like she's adapting to new motherhood, isn't she? Isn't this the same thing? Or let me guess, they don't have a convenient category or diagnosis for men who do somewhat of the similar things that these women do. But when you look at the numbers, women by far do this way more than men, no matter what race. Women do this way more than men, yet they get all of these convenient diagnoses that justifies or gives them some type of amnesty from doing such heinous acts to their children. I'll tell you why this is. It is because the woman is the nucleus to economic stability for the elite and the corporations. So they cannot paint a narrative to make women look a certain way, because women are going to respond emotionally the same way they respond to everything else, which is with emotion. From the purchasing they do, the spontaneous spending, the influence on their man or men to spend for certain holidays, i.e. Valentine's Day is what, Tuesday? How many men are going to be on dates and buying all of these luxurious items? Because if they don't, their woman will look at them crazy, leave them, put them on some type of sex punishment, et cetera, et cetera. So the media cannot paint the women and show who they really are, because the women are going to go after the media and say, well, we're not going to spend our money we're not going to watch TV. Therefore, I cannot see your advertisements to make me go and buy things I do not need. I'm not going to see your advertisement to make me go and spend money on something or some place or a service that I do not need. This is why they get coddled and they get these stories swept under the rug. They'll talk about it for a day and then they're on to someone else. They're on to Kyrie Irving because he posts DVD links in his bio. That's national headline news when it comes to sports, right? Brett Favre, because he tried to use the state of Mississippi to fund a volleyball stadium. He's trying to sue people for talking about him, yet they'll talk about Ray Rice, the guy for the Philadelphia Eagles. How many times has that come across the desk of SportsCenter with Stephen A. Smith and the rest? They'll talk about it for a day. But Ray Rice, Michael Vick, Fighting Dogs, they'll talk about that for months, even years. Even years. Colin Kaepernick, because he wants to kneel due to the unjust treatment when it comes to law enforcement dealing with people of color. They'll talk about that for months and years. But this Philadelphia offensive lineman, I don't know his position, Seals or whatever his name is, gets indicted for sex trafficking and rape. They'll talk about it for 14 seconds and go to the next story. But why don't men have these convenient diagnoses in which they can justify why they go on the tirades they go on, why they go on the sprees that they go on, why they don't have a convenient label for them? Why is this story, even their name? You notice how they don't even put the names out. You have to go and search and dig. We're going to state names on this channel. We're going to expose the BS when it comes to news and media propaganda. This happened back in January, yet I had to find it on WorldStar. It's happened back January 24th. Today is the 11th. And you have not seen this on the news, but you've seen Tyre Nichols every other day, right? Is something always coming out about his story? Oh, it was about a girl. Oh, it was a white officer involved. Oh, it was this, it was that. Yet this mother who deleted her 3 children gets no airplay. But they'll show her laid in a hospital bed as if she's supposed to get some type of sympathy. Man, you just deleted your 3 children, and we're trying to show you in the bed as some type of victim. And she's getting pouring support. Just send the asteroid. We need the asteroid sent immediately. Where a woman can delete her 3 children and fail at deleting herself, coincidentally or conveniently fail at deleting herself, get unlimited amounts of support because people can identify with her struggle under the guise of postpartum depression and psychosis. Not evil or devilish, but postpartum depression how can you justify and make this something that is something we should understand or something that we should give a pass to? A woman can delete her children, stab, strangle. Oh, she's just going through postpartum depression. Oh, she's just in the suburbs in her nice house, driving her Range Rover, minivan, her Honda Odyssey. Oh, yeah, but life is hard for her. But you have black babies sitting in piss in the projects with no heat, left malnourished while their mother is out on OnlyFans. But yet you have it hard. But just take a look at this. They reported this, that she's getting unlimited amount of support. And you know that support is coming with financial donations. She's getting money. She's getting letters. Just take a look at this. Unsealed court documents reveal dozens of letters in support of Lindsay Clancy. This is what's taking place. But you won't see these reports showing the men that even get falsely accused. Albert Wilson, I forgot his name, in Kansas. Take a look at that story. I did a stream and a full report on the Albert Smith. I believe it's Albert Smith, the Kansas State or University of Kansas journalism student who was accused of raping a woman, which had no evidence via the kit, and he went on trial and got sentenced to 10 years with no physical evidence of said rape. He met her at a bar that was 21 and above, yet she snuck in with a fake ID. How many letters of support did he get? How many times have they shown that on the news, that he was falsely convicted and falsely accused of something that did not take place? But yet Lindsay Clancy can delete 3 children and get unlimited support. Just send the asteroid now. Fellas, you must take heed to these type of stories. Take heed to how the media propagates a negative image and stereotype of black men and just any man that stands on masculine ground, which is why you don't see a lot of Asians, a lot of Hispanics on major networks or platforms discussing the ills, because they do not experience them in the same way the black male and the white male is now experiencing them. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's the Dave Master.